button. Oh, hello. Welcome to
Good
the Three
afternoon,
Grandmas
welcome.
podcast. This is very abrupt and out of nowhere, but we're running with it.
Welcome in,
Um,
everybody. Baseball fans, sport fans. Congratulations to the Dodgers, world champions of baseball. Wow. How are you feeling? What is your impressions? How are you feeling right now? What an amazing victory. You thought you were going to lose at one point. You're down 2 games. You get to the game 7, top 9, home run, and now...
Oh, we are back-to-back world fucking champs. I'm sorry. Full disclosure, I am hammered. I am sorry.
welcome to another episode of Yapping About Movies.
This is movies. Wrapping
So,
up movies.
to my Australian viewers out there, friend of the podcast, lead co-host of the podcast, Time Goes to Waste, is the number one Dodgers fan.
Oh, man.
And just before this, you missed out. Just before this, we had one of the most exciting reactions I've ever seen in my life. Like, he was like a little child.
Like, imagine if your baby fell on the subway track and you're like, I don't think I'm going to save my baby. But you do. That's the, like, it's my human child that I saved from death. That's the reaction I just received.
I just want to hug him. I just want to give him a big hug.
So listen, we were down 4-3
people be
in
happy.
the bottom of the ninth, or top of the ninth. We hit a home run to tie it from the player that I hate the most. I hate this fucking guy. I want him off my team. I still want him off my team. I don't fucking like him, but he hit a home run. He tied the game.
You want him off the team. You just won the fucking
fuck that guy.
World Series.
Fuck Miguel Ross. No, fuck him. I don't
so
hate that guy.
Fucked up? Why can't you enjoy it for 5 seconds? You're already like cutting champions.
Get him out of here.
This is insane. This is insane.
I picked Flame Up. I don't know if you guys heard me yell at her real name, but I picked Flame Up. I was screaming. I was throwing her around, like just fucking in my arms.
Careful, don't injure.
I thought I was gonna throw her across the room, honestly.
Oh my
That's
god,
so cute.
She's so delicate.
We tied, and then we win right now. I throw my headphones off. I'm screaming. I run to the room. She's in there. I'm yelling at her. We won the World Series. I pick her up again. It
was beautiful. It was beautiful. I love seeing someone so excited. Like, it gets me excited.
Why am I so invested in this stupid sport?
We should talk about that in the off season and see where we are psychologically, right? Because
baseball
it's really
is so much like.
But
life.
what if they lost? That's the problem. Like, then what would that feel like? And that
if
would
they
be
lost.
tough.
So I was telling Flame about this. If they lost, I would be just annoyed more than like angry or sad. I'd just be annoyed. You know,
you'd shut down emotionally.
I would shut down emotionally. Yeah,
and that would, but that emotion would still be in there cooking you for like 4 months, and then something would happen, and it would blow out of you, like a volcano.
But you know what? We'll never know. We're world champs, back to back world champs. We won 2 years in a row. JC asked me, "When was the last time you won?" And I was like, last year."
You acted like it had been like 40 years since you'd won. Like, that's what I thought was going on. But no.
We are world champs. My sister, you're not watching, but I love you. World champs. My mom, world champs. My grandma, you're a Giants fan, but world champs. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Meanwhile, the Fremantle Dockers are still premiership-less with still chugging up and still never won the AFL
Fuck you. You're not a world champ. Fuck you.
But who does the song go for?
What did we watch? What did we watch this week?
Oh my god.
So as I said last week, I've been on a David Lynch bender.
What a bender to be on.
Yeah, I've been watching Twin Peaks like religiously, basically. Like 2 episodes a night. I've been consuming his work. I've been consuming Twin Peaks. I even started Alan Wake 2 yesterday, as a lot of people know is heavily inspired by Twin Peaks and David Lynch. And David Lynch is a figure that I watched 2 of his movies like 5 years ago. I watched this film, Blue Velvet, which is what we're talking about, and Mulholland Drive. I watched both of them, and my brain was not developed enough to really enjoy what I was getting. And I think just like my openness to art in general just wasn't there back then.
Let's talk about our before. I'm sorry to butt in here. Let's talk about our experiences with the David Lynch.
That's what
I didn't
wanted
know
to get
anything
into.
about David Lynch at all. Besides Twin Peaks, I heard Twin Peaks was good and it was crazy, whatever. But I never watched it, and then I watched it, and I was blown away by just the scale of it, the craziness of it, the obtuseness of it, like
the mundanity of it as well.
You've never seen a show like this, and I don't think you ever will. It is crazy, but like in the best way.
So and relationship,
I'm jealous that you get to experience it for the first time, and I never get to.
I'm a season to go. But I'm really excited to watch the next season. I still need to watch the movie Fire Walk with Me as well. Which I've
never seen that movie. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's a prequel to the show. But what I was going to say is, so David Lynch was a figure that he made 2 movies that I'd seen, and both of them at the time I didn't enjoy, but at the time. But David Lynch is a figure that I have been in love, like as a person, I've been in love with him. Just through his YouTube channel.
It's his donuts thing, didn't you? I got you.
Not his donut. No, it wasn't his donuts. It was.
How would you know how delicious a donut could be if you've never tasted a donut?
True. Good point.
So David Lynch had a YouTube channel for I think about 5-6 years, and every single day for those 5-6 years, he posted a video where he would tell everyone about the weather for the day. It was called David Lynch's Weather Report. And then he also would post every day a video where he would have a jar of ping pong balls with numbers on them from
I remember seeing that.
From 1 through 10. And he would swirl the ping pong balls. He'd pick a number, and then he'd show the number to the screen. And that was the show. That was it. Like he just picked a number every day between 1 and 10.
Is it safe to say he's a genius?
I would say I think he's a genius. 100%.
Absolutely not even a question.
We're going to agree on that.
Not even a question.
Well, I mean, like he's regarded as a top 10 director of all time for sure. I think. I know this film was AFI top 3 mysteries of all time.
Before we get into this movie, I must ask this question. Okay. Dodgers won the World Series. But my first question is, I've seen a couple movies. Shut up, Frank. I've seen a couple movies. Prag, please weigh in on this. They have been Criterion Collections. What are Criterion Collections? Please.
So Criterion Collection, the Criterion Collection is basically like a boutique seller of Blu-rays and DVDs. And basically they have a whole selection of like classic films, and
they buy the bangers.
The curators, essentially.
The film festival ones, the ones that are a little not mainstream, but still kind of people know about them. And it's a great thing to have, because if you're collecting film, you should have the Criterion Collection subscription, because like those are the movies you want to have.
There's a subscription to it? What the fuck?
Yeah, I believe so, right?
And they distribute the movie, like the movies.
They just do a lot of steelbooks.
Not just
steelbooks. They make beautiful,
like gorgeous slipcover
box sets, all the things. It's like really like Lance. I would like to think that Lance from Saints is a member of the Criterion Collection subscription.
I mean, you would think a filmographile like him would be like that. Yeah.
That's exactly who it's aimed at. I would love to know if he is. Right.
So, do you think that the Criterion Collection has a higher not success, but a higher hit percentage than miss percentage, you think?
100%. Their curation is like really on point. Crazy on point. I think they've got all of Wes Anderson's films.
They're great movies.
Yeah. But what I wanted to say is they also have a show on YouTube where they get celebrities into what's called the Criterion Closet. It looks like the back corner of a DVD store, but it's actually like a van that they drive around.
Is it Lance's apartment?
Lance's apartment looks a lot like it. Yeah.
No, it looks like a Midtown children's dentist office that specializes in special needs dental care. Hi, Pan. Look at you. The Dodgers won.
Be excited.
Isn't that great?
I'm sorry, guys.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
And one of the most beautiful Blu-rays that they have is the one for Blue Velvet. It has this, like, it's literally just the title with this, like, this background on it.
Oh, really?
And
On the
yeah,
on the
on the
cover
cover.
or the DVD?
On the cover, and I
Okay.
think on the disc as well, but on the cover.
Okay.
And so I saw this movie for the first time 5 years ago, and I didn't at the time. I didn't get it because I feel like when I watched movies back then, like I was really in, like I feel like I was very locked in on what good acting is and
Mhm.
what um and good storytelling is, and I wasn't really locked into what a style, like into like styles. Like I had a criteria in my head, like a checkbox essentially. um and this movie didn't meet any of them at the time. But like I feel like I've become a lot more open in how I engage with art and how I engage with media.
Well, I feel
um
like David Lynch's like acting for his actors, at least his acting style is like very like
Classic Hollywood.
it's classic Hollywood, but it's also like it's like over the
So
top, but like kind of reeled in
yeah,
at the same time. You know what I mean?
yeah, it's classic Hollywood, but also like soap opera, sort of.
Yeah. Oh,
Like,
yes.
yeah. Back in the day, I used to watch a lot of a show called Home and Away, which is an Australian soap opera, that I think I need to go back to,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm remembering, like it's kind of like a joke now, but I'm remembering there were some storylines that were very weird, and I kind of want to go back and watch some. But the acting style that David Lynch goes for is very, I think, both classic Hollywood and like soap opera. And um, when I first watched this movie, I didn't get that was part of the point.
Mm-hmm.
Like I watched it and I was like, "This is bad acting." You know what I mean? There's a line in the movie that specifically I always found really awkward, and it was still awkward this time, but kind of on purpose. Is when they're in the diner, and he's explaining like how he took the photos of the people outside of Hank's place.
Mm-hmm.
And Laura Dern's response is, she goes, "Oh my god, I can't believe the things you're finding out." And I remember the first time I watched it, I was like, "What?" But
What
now
is
I watch
that?
it, yeah, and now I watch it and I go, "Oh, that's so endearing and so like it's such an." I feel like David Lynch is just like such an innocent director, if you know what I mean. He's so earnest, and
I'm gonna
that's
say this:
part of what I like about
cards on
him.
the table.
Mm.
I fell asleep 3 times during this movie.
Mm-hmm.
But not
Okay.
because it was boring, but just because I've been so tired the last couple of days.
Mm-hmm.
But
Okay.
being awake during this movie, like when I actually was awake,
Mm.
the attention was up here. You know,
Yeah.
Wow.
like it had me. But again, I fell asleep. But coincidentally, the parts where I fell asleep were the Laura Dern parts. I just don't think I
The,
liked Laura Dern except for Jurassic Park.
Oh, I see.
It's an interesting casting choice, right? Because
Yeah.
Laura Dern at the time was famous for being Bruce Dern's daughter, and Bruce Dern is a famous Hollywood
Who's Bruce
celebrity,
Dern?
right? And so when I see Laura Dern come out as this is a film noir, right?
Mhm.
This is David Lynch's film noir. Twin Peaks is film noir. You have the femme fatale, who is Isabella Rossellini. You have the unstoppable villain, who is Dennis Hopper, and you have the male ingenue street detective, the
That's her
gumshoe,
dad?
who is
Bruce
Kyle
Dern's her actual
MacLachlan.
dad?
That's her actual
Mhm.
dad.
That's crazy.
That's her
And so when I
dad,
see
yeah.
Laura Dern
Okay.
pop out, I'm
Okay.
expecting, like, first of all, she's supposed to be 18. She's supposed to be in high school,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And like he's supposed to be just in college, and like but this is the thing, man. He's making a film noir, and that's how they used to do it in the 50s, right?
Mhm.
And like the opening is your clue that this is film noir, because you have the
Mm.
old-fashioned fire truck, you have the kids crossing the crosswalk, you have the 50s, but they're all dressed for 1986, right? And so you have this interesting thing, and I think it puts people out. If he made a black and white with 50s closing, people would probably get this more clearly. But the way he wants to make these iconoclastic things kind of fit, the way he likes them to
The
fit.
way I kind of see it, because it is 100% a film noir and is very reminiscent of other film noirs.
Melodramatic. And
Yeah.
Mommy Dearest, like some of the acting in Mommy Dearest is a callback to the 50s, right? And the way they like this is the same melodrama that he's celebrating.
Yeah.
And like it's not incidental melodrama, it's purposeful melodrama. It's like this melodramatic person.
But like one of the things about film noir is it emerged out of New York, and a lot of like like film noir often is either set in New York or Hollywood, and what is kind of interesting about that is it's all about like the cities, and it's all about like the dark underbelly of the cities.
The Art Deco of the period is always the third character in a film noir, except for Casablanca and a film like this, because what he likes to do is make mill towns in either Washington. This is North Carolina. He always has this forest theme, and I think that's his Canadianism because he's Canadian, right? And so he probably lived he grew up in the 50s probably, and so that forest 50s vibe is what he seems to always be trying to recreate in Twin Peaks in this movie.
Well, I know,
not Mulholland Drive and the other ones,
Well, I don't really agree with that, because I think Twin Peaks definitely is like full forest. It's like it's all about like the quaint, upstate Washington, like logging town, like that kind of quaint.
Right. What's the name of this town, JC?
This one, I mean, it is
Lumberton,
right?
North Carolina.
Lumberton.
It's got a big sign that says "We're the lumber capital," and it's all lumber shit all the time. What do you mean?
Yeah, the lumber calls and like the lumber stuff was just so over the top. It was crazy.
That's because it's a harkens to his childhood, I think.
I think that's incidental though, and what this film is actually. Hold on.
Nothing incidental. Okay.
Oh my god.
Hold on.
Listen. Let me say what I'm saying, because
say it.
So Twin Peaks is like upstate Washington. It's a very like warm like campfire log cabin sort of town. This movie, Blue Velvet, is American suburbia. It's white picket fences. I
don't know why he did that though, because it's supposed to be North Carolina. Nobody has an accent. There's no Southern vibe, right? Like if you live in North Carolina in 1986, you have a drawl. You speak with an accent. Nobody has. It could have been in the Midwest. It could be any town USA, and I do agree with you there. But there is a theme. It's always lumber shit with him. Like even in Eraserhead, there's lumber stuff.
I think it's just what he knows. But that's why I think it's incidental, is because of what he knows. But what he's actually
a nostalgia hound.
But what he's actually going for is like this American dream suburbia sort of
American
like
Gothic.
Yeah. And
when's American Gothicism though, right? It's like having these Emily Bronte concepts transposed on the 50s vintage America, right? So you have these British castles and Frankensteins appearing in America. And it's amazing, right? Because that's what Gothic, traditional Gothic art is.
Gothic, but I'm thinking like
it's
in my
underbelly,
head,
creepiness, there's something wicked under the surface of this tranquil, placid pond.
Yeah, and the thing is about David Lynch is like I feel like you could go endlessly talking about just like every character in his movies and like kind of the contradictions that they hold, because this movie, like I feel like what this movie is about is it's all about walking contradictions, and just like the contradictions of like you have this nice suburbia that is contrasted with this like awful underbelly that you find out about like later on. Laura Dern's character, she's blonde, she's a sweet high school girl, but also she seems really into getting into mischief and getting into and like investigating this thing and helping him. Like
Mike
she
doesn't
keeps
have a
saying,
shot.
"I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this," but she
Listen.
does it anyway.
Poor Mike had no shot when Kyle rolled up and he
Yeah.
was doing the chicken walk and he made her laugh and he was taking her on adventures.
Oh, the
And
chicken
she's
walk
like,
was
I'm
so
in love
funny.
with Mike. And like, Mike has no shot anymore. I'm sorry. You may be in love with Mike, but Kyle's here now. And Kyle is like what you really want. And like, that's just facts.
Points for Kyle's dick. I'm just going to say that right now. We got a smidgen of Kyle's dick. That's bonus points.
W.
Yeah.
W.
I love
Kyle
that story, though.
Always double points.
I love that subversive romance that the Laura Dern and Kyle MacLachlan have when they're like having this adventure together, and it's like getting too close to the fire and all this stuff, and it's very interesting. And I think it's really adds to the story because they didn't have to do that. It could have just been like a mystery where he's going to the places, but he fills out his stories. Like David Lynch doesn't just have the cool. And then this is the thing that David Lynch does. When I saw this movie, I had no idea Dennis Hopper or I didn't know anything, right? And like I'm just watching this movie, and I'm like, this is boring. Like, what are we doing? It's like a mystery. I don't like film noir. I'm 14. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
and
that's
then Dennis
14.
Hopper shows up.
Yeah.
First of all, Isabella Rossellini starts acting weird. I'm like, okay, she's a weird lady.
Yeah.
And then Dennis Hopper, I'm like, what's happening? Because you have to understand, in 1986, all of that sexual deviancy was not normal.
This
like
would have been
the
so
internet
groundbreaking.
now,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And like the mommy stuff and the fucking nitrous and he hit me and all that stuff was crazy in 1986, in the middle of the Reagan era, where this country was in a 50s nut craziness. It was very conservative society. We still had like segregation. We still had a lot of fucking things in 1986 that you would not recognize the world. So like when this came out, and like the only other movie he had before this was Elephant Man, right? That was his big Eraserhead.
No, he had Eraserhead as well. Yeah.
Okay, that nobody saw because that was so underground that nobody knew about it. But Elephant Man got didn't he get nominated for
something?
Best Picture, or John Hurt got nominated for his role. And to me, that's still my favorite David Lynch movie because it's a movie about humanity, and it really tells you about David Lynch's perception of like his real ideology and like what he really believes is an Elephant Man. Because it's about Joseph Merrick and like the way people are treating him.
Look at Ty's
and the way he's a brilliant. What
is that? The Rocky Dennis movie with Cher?
No.
Oh, fuck.
Elephant Man is the story of John Merrick, who's a real person. But like, it's not just an exploitation film. It's not a circus freak film. It's not a horror film. It's a character study of a genius who was trapped inside of a body. And the way that it's presented is makes everyone uncomfortable and everything. It's a very uncomfortable film, but it's also a triumph story of this Joseph Merrick who fucking overcomes all this shit and just keeps crushing. Right. And so like I find Elephant Man to be very powerful and inspirational.
I think the other sort of I also think the other the subversive things about this movie is like I feel like what it says about people is that you can be two things at the same time that seem to contradict, but it still works. Because I think Kyle MacLachlan's character, what was his name? It was Jeffrey. Yeah. I think he genuinely falls in love with Laura Dern's character. Like,
you think
I don't think 100%. No, yes, 100%. No, I think
at what point? When in the plot though? Because like I feel like he's just out to crush puss.
Yeah,
and he's sneaking into some lady's apartment and hiding in the closet to do a detective fantasy.
That's what I'm saying.
He's not a hero.
No, he's not a hero. He's not. None of these characters are heroes.
And like this one's like hit me, and like he's trying to bang Isabella Rossellini. Like he'll get whatever he can get. He's like a dog. He's like a wolf.
Listen to what I'm saying. This is what I think David Lynch is all about. I think he believes that people can hold two contradicting things at the same time. I think he genuinely fell in love with Laura Dern, and also he enjoys everything he does with Isabella Rossellini at the same time. I don't
think he has any redeeming qualities. I think he's a villain in this movie. He's only doing it for his own ego. What are the two realities about his
I don't think
Jeffrey's
he's a
character?
villain, but I think he's definitely
No, he
in
is.
it for
If
himself.
you go into my
Realities.
house and sneak into my closet to do a murder investigation, that's a villain. That's
Trying
a
to find the
selfish.
facts.
He's
Trying to
doing it
find
for
the facts.
ego. He's not doing
you
it to
guys-
discover the real
You guys
truth.
are thinking too black and
What
white.
are the
for
two
David
things?
Lynch. I
What are the
think
two things?
Three
JC?
things.
Tell
three
me.
things.
Make
There's-
the point.
There's three things, right? Jeffrey is incredibly investigative and curious, right? And when he said, I genuinely, I think when he said that's all he was doing. He just wanted to investigate this, interesting case. That's all he was doing until she opened the closet, and he was like, "Wait, I enjoy this as well. I'm enjoying this." I think he genuinely is also in love with Laura Dern's character. I think he loves her. I think he enjoys her company. And that's what I think David Lynch is all about. And it's the same with
No.
Twin Peaks. There's so many characters that hold so
Sorry.
many different things. Like Ed, for example, like Big Ed in that show. He's in love with Norma, but then at the same time, he really cares for Nadine as well when she goes into a coma. He's holding her hand. And I think you can have two conflicting emotions at the same time.
I don't have a conflicting emotion for Jeffrey.
No, not you.
Because he is
I'm
not
talking
doing that
about
with Laura
Jeffrey
Dern.
himself.
Jeffrey's character is trying to get Laura to like him for his ego, not because he
don't
loves
agree.
her. He likes to be loved. Well, that's
I
my
don't agree.
opinion. But I don't think there's two sides to Jeffrey. I think there's one side, and
No.
it's an immature cunt. And
I
I think it's a stressful push to say that's the oeuvre of this director, because I don't.
No.
Any character is multidimensional. All good characters are multidimensional.
Yeah,
so you just tell me he has multidimensional characters.
No. I'm not saying that he has multi-dimensional characters. What I'm saying is that David Lynch doesn't label his characters as good or bad, as villains or heroes. What he does, and I don't think when he presents someone like Jeffrey saying "I love you" to Laura Dern, in the end, I don't think it's a farce. I don't think.
Do you think he presented this guy as a fucking villain?
Yeah, I mean, but he is
You just
what
said
he
he
is.
doesn't present characters as villains or heroes.
Like you can say he's a villain, but like I think what David Lynch was doing was just he had a character that had contradicting emotions, right? He firstly he's an absolute psycho, and he tries to act like a tough hard ass and everything, but at the same time he's completely when he gets into his whole sexual fantasy, he's like infantilized. He asks her to call him mommy. When he's listening, when he's listening to the Blue Velvet song, he's like tearing up and crying. And at some point, he snaps out of it and he realizes, oh shit, I need to act tough again, And he's like, let's go for a ride.
This is what I look at characters and motivation. I look at actions and not rhetoric, because it doesn't matter what a character says in a movie. It matters what are the redeeming actions of Frank in this movie is what I'm trying to ask. Because my opinion is film noir characters are very melodramatic, like on three penny opera. And you get the villain, you get the femme fatale, and there's no question that this is the bad guy.
Oh no,
right?
100%. I mean,
so there's
I don't disagree that he's not a bad person, but I think
disagree.
But I think David I don't think David is interested in that label. I think what he is interested in is how people's emotions and their actions contradict themselves, even if in the moment they hold true. And I don't disagree with that. I think in one moment you can be in love with someone, and in another moment you can betray them because you have this other feeling about you like watching someone through a closet. You like being told to hit someone. You know what I mean? I think in the moment when he's with Laura Dern, I think he's having those feelings. I think
those
he's
are
genuinely
his
having
debuffs.
those.
That's not his character. His character's not your buff and debuffs. His debuffs is he has a neurotic. He was probably molested as a child, and he has this whole fucking nitrous thing with mommy and getting hit and all this. So he's acting what happened to him.
I would say that I lean more towards Prague's side, where he's egotistical and it's feeding all his ego. That's where I would lean.
I think that's the message David Lynch is sending. That this is the 80s. This is a young man, and he is playing detective. But the whole town is playing because, like, the real detective is a bullshit artist too. Everyone in that town is bullshitting everyone, and they have a facade. And like his facade is, I want to be a junior detective because then I can get more pussy. And that's what I felt he was doing the whole time. Now, I may be wrong, but I didn't think he was. I think he loved how Laura Dern looked at him. I thought he knew that he was probably at college and couldn't get a date, so he could date a high school girl. I know a lot of these guys. They come back to the hometown and they're with the fucking 18-year-old and 23.
The whole like high school sweetheart, like perfect.
But I don't disagree with that. Like, I don't disagree that he's holding those emotions. But I think on top of that, there's also the real, like, I think he genuinely cared for her as well. Like, I don't think it was a farce at all. Like, I think he held those two emotions at the same time. And I think that's what David Lynch is getting at. And you see it so many times in Twin Peaks, like with different characters. There's so many scenarios where that
I have to watch
Twin
Peaks again. To be fair, JC, I do have to watch it again.
I would believe that, but then immediately when what's the girl's name? Isabella Rossellini, is that her name?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when she shows up naked towards the end of the movie, and then it's like Laura Dern's character is like, "What the fuck is going on?" And then Laura Dern's character immediately folds and is like, "I love you, I love you." It's like that. I felt like was like really hitting home, like he's manipulating everyone towards his own ego.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree with that. Like, I don't think he isn't egotistical, but I also don't.
Do you think he did care for her, though?
I think that both of those things happen at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, I don't.
You know how crazy you have to be to pretend to be an exterminator to sneak into a woman's apartment and steal her key for any reason at all.
I don't think David Lynch thinks that's crazy.
He's just as homicidal as Frank.
But I don't think David Lynch thinks that's crazy. That's what I'm saying.
God, I love Frank. I love Frank so much.
I think David knows what's crazy and not. I really do. That's just like, we could agree to disagree.
When I grew up, I want to be just like Frank.
Crazy.
I'm gonna be just like Dennis Hopper when I grew up. He was so fucking cool.
Well, like when he walks in, it's like, shut up. Where's my bourbon, shithead? I was like,
look at me.
The fuck?
Don't fucking look at me.
Like, he scares the shit out of me to this day. He's one of the great villains of all time because, like, he's doing this alpha character of what he thinks a real man is.
And like, works.
What he's doing, he's kidnapped a child, and he's making this lady a sex slave.
Tell it's a facade. Yeah,
that whole scene where he Jeffrey comes out of the apartment,
the knife.
No, the apartment, whatever. Okay. And then he's like, "Hey, you want to go for a ride?" And he's like, "No, I don't want to go for a ride."
No, and he's like,
"Want to go for what?" And he's like, "A ride." He's like, "Fantastic idea!
That's a good idea."
That scared the shit out of me. I was like,
oh. Like, he's in control
that
of the
is
situation.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Go performance. Even if like people know this movie just for his performance, I think.
100%.
And there's also the moment, like, there's so many little things like that will happen that steer the narrative in a completely new direction. Like, there's that one little shot where I think it's literally the shot behind you where Isabella Rossellini looks at turns around and looks at him. Looks at Jeffrey in the chair, like, just a little bit of like, I'm sorry, like, look. And Dennis Hopper notices it and stops the car, gets him out of the car, and like threatens him. He puts like lipstick on him. It's just like little things that like.
Oh yeah, that's Joker mode. Like, he's a great Joker character. He's almost Joker without the makeup and stuff because he's just so fucking gone. And like, even Isabella Rossellini is gone too. Like, I don't know if you guys know the Isabella Rossellini story, but I think this is one of her first real acting roles. She was a famous fashion icon and model in Europe and wasn't really around in the United States, but she was like a legendary vibe, right? And so they got her to do this movie, and like, you know, she lends a lot of Italian romanticism and those great 50s Italian films to this. I feel
that whole scene vibe where Dennis Hopper has the lipstick and he's kissing Kyle MacLachlan.
Did you get hard for that or what?
I mean, how can you not get hard for that? That's crazy.
Yeah, of course.
You know, like that whole scene was so unhinged and so unpredictable and so crazy that it gave me the exact feeling that I had when I was watching The Shining for the first time. And Jack Nicholson was doing his whole thing at the bar, and he's like, "You just don't know what he's gonna do," and he's just like
chaos,
crazy. But it's
that's real chaos.
But it's that's my chaos. That's
real chaos,
controlled chaos.
But there's also another layer to him as well, because like I think when he looks at Ben, the clear openly gay
Yes.
character, I
Mhm.
think he is incredibly like envious of him that he can be so
Yes,
Oh,
open
the
about
entire
it.
time he's singing, he's
definitely.
like
He
so
does
Yeah,
all that.
like
he's so pissed
enthralled with
off.
him and like
Yeah,
wants to like take him in, and then
Right.
at
yeah,
some point
and he
it flips and he's like,
and
and
he
then
takes it
even
out
Ben's like,
on
oh shit.
Jeffrey. And then later he says, you better get your cute ass out here. Like in
Yeah.
the moment, I
Oh
was like,
yeah, man.
there's
He's
so
nuts,
many
dog.
layers to
Dennis
this.
Hopper is
It's
so good, and you can tell
yeah.
he
So
probably
good.
improv'd a lot of that stuff. Like it was like Dennis Hopper was so good at
It
being a
had to, a
crazy
lot of that
person
had
for
to be
so
improv.
long.
There were
It
so
was
many
crazy.
lines that
He's
were just
amazing,
like
brilliant,
crazy.
and like Easy Rider is a great Dennis Hopper
Never seen
movie.
Easy
There's a
Rider.
lot of
Mm.
I gotta
older
watch Easy
ones
Rider
that,
now. I gotta watch
like,
it.
I'm trying to
Easy
think.
Rider's
I mean,
incredible.
just
Gotta watch
like
it
just
now.
watch like the way he plays Unhinged is nuts, right? He's just like,
Yeah.
and
That
But then
that
he's
scene.
also go.
Well,
Tom.
I'm sorry, real quick. That scene, the same thing where he was kissing on Kyle MacLachlan, and then that lady, that random lady that they fucking brought, she like when they play the music,
yeah.
she just gets on the fucking hood of the car and she's dancing on the top of the car, and I'm like, that is so fucking David Lynch. Like,
Yeah,
it's a weird night,
incredible.
bro.
Yeah.
if you had to point one thing out of that movie that was David Lynch, that
It's
is
that-
the scene. She's like,
yeah. She's
He
dancing
has
on the
this
roof.
surrealism in it, right?
It
He
is
always adds
crazy.
this dream stuff and surrealism
which
to it.
like
He's famous for
when
it.
that was happening, I was like, this is David Lynch. This is what I love. I love this
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, I mean, Mulholland
Um,
Drive has got a vibes like
Still
that
haven't
too.
seen
If
it.
you haven't
Still
seen
haven't
it,
fucking
oh,
seen
you
it.
should really check it out. It's even more like more modern and
So what I was also going to say was like I want to bring it back to like kind of talking about how it's about like human contradictions as well. What's her name? Isabella Rossellini's character. I think she hates the abuse that she has to take from this guy for her son. But she also enjoys it at the same time. And I think she holds both of those things together at the same time. Like, and that's what I think this whole movie is about. Like every single character, it's it's two things in their head contradicting each other, constantly, and how that plays out.
you mean like how the blind guy at the hardware store can know the prices?
Yeah, exactly. Literally, exactly.
$22.59.
I didn't even think of that, but yes, that is a contradiction, even if it's like a more like a more metaphysical one. But it's like every single thing about this movie is how how people can hold two contradicting emotions at the same time, and it be genuine in both cases. I think Isabella Rossellini, she's probably a wonderful mother. But then at the same time, she's
I don't know what her damage is. I feel like you have a Stockholm syndrome. I think of Patty Hearst, who I don't know if you know that story, but she was kidnapped. She was of the Hearst heiress, and she got kidnapped by a group of guerrilla fighters in the 60s. And they kept her in a closet for a couple months. And then she broke and cracked, and she joined, and they caught her robbing banks later on, right? Because she is generally identified with her kidnappers, her abusers. And I think that if you're a mother, the emotional, and you isolate someone long enough and abuse them enough, that becomes their operational motive for survival. And so like Kyle MacLachlan being in the closet may seem part normal to her dreamlike narrative that's been going on because it's been so crazy for so long. She doesn't even know. And so like she's like trying to implement him into the abuse because she thinks that's a good, it's like all this stuff is going on. And I think this movie makes you think a lot about it later. And that's the mark of a great movie. If I'm still thinking about the story and the characters and like all the motivation, like there's a million motivations for Frank and Isabella Rossellini, right? They're all these, like their past. And when you show psychosis on the screen, what you're showing is the childhood of the psychotic person, right? And that gives motivational power to because a good actor writes a story, a past for their character. And you could tell that Dennis Hopper wrote a whole storyline that brought Frank, the drug dealer, the gangster, who's also addicted to nitrous and has like this mental break. Like it could have been 2 years he was addicted to nitrous before he fucking started doing the mommy shit and hitting people, It's fascinating.
It is. unendingly fascinating. Like, there's so many questions I also have. Like, there's a lot of stuff that happens behind closed doors that you don't see. Like, you don't see her interact with us. You don't see her son at all. But you see her talk. Like, you see her go behind the door
talk
to to him. But then
there's no kids in film noir.
Yeah, we also don't know what happens in Frank's place. Like, we never see what happens in there.
What about the ending? Because the ending
that's what I was getting to.
Okay,
that's what I was getting to.
Good. I'm sorry.
I hadn't seen like I'll get to that like very soon, but I hadn't seen this movie in like 5 years, and I didn't remember the third act of this film at all. Like, what I remembered, I thought the film ended after the car ride with Dennis Hopper. Like, that's when I thought the film ended. So I was watching it and I was like, wait, there was more to this that I don't even remember, which is the third
act. Is that a
act.
pace issue?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
I got to the end of the car ride with Dennis Hopper, and I was like, oh, the movie's going to end soon. Oh, this was too short. This wasn't enough. But no, it goes into the third act. And we find out that Dennis Hopper was the third man in the pictures. Spoilers.
Yeah, right?
He was wearing the mustache.
Which is a film noir thing.
Later, it's so fucking obvious.
Right?
Yeah.
That's a very common trope in film noir.
But when...
The poor disguise and like, oh my God, it's really Ricky the whole time.
But when
I would have got away with it too if it wasn't for you
the meddling kids. Meddling kids.
Roman Polanski.
When Jeffrey goes back to the apartment for the last time, and he walks in, and the yellow man is standing there with like his brain hanging up.
Oh,
and just like frozen standing, and then the husband, who we had not seen the whole movie, I think he was asphyxiated. Like, his ears cut off.
I was trying to figure out who that was for like the longest time. I thought it was the Lauren Durant's dad.
That was the husband.
That's what I thought. Yeah, I thought it was Jeffrey's dad as a heart victim, because I know he was like,
his ear was
a heart
gone,
attack.
so it was his husband.
How about that little
we
dog?
Don't know.
What about the dog biting the hose in the first scene?
Hold on.
Oh yeah.
I want to get to that. But that image when he walks in, and it's just the wide shot of the yellow man standing there with his brain hanging out and just like still, and the guy in the chair, is one of the most horrifying images I've like.
He's not afraid to shock you.
I felt so unsettled. Like, why was he standing still?
It's like Lynch and Cronenberg are Canadians who understand the existential terror of shock visual horror, of shock physical horror that you don't expect. And those two guys, I don't know if they teach that in Toronto or what, but they get it. Like, there's a scene in Scanners where the head explodes that you don't expect from Cronenberg, right?
And
extraordinary, violent.
He's standing there and he's like stuck, and then he moves a couple times, but like he's just still like,
he's not dead, right?
He's crazy. Like, I don't think
his arm moves. His arm like twitches as well.
Yeah, somebody could be torturing him in there. Nobody knows.
But
I think that Dennis Hopper's character was torturing him. He was doing nitrous all night. Like, probably Frank's apartment is like a torture chamber or some shit.
That
like, you have
Frank's
to like
apartment. That was his.
I'm sorry. I'm saying I feel like Frank's, like, they don't show Frank's interior of the building he lives in, right?
Never. We don't know what happens in there.
Like, because you fear like there's like bodies in there, right? Like, you're like, there's something bad going in. Like, if he's doing this to Isabella, like, what else is he doing? Like, he's doing other bad stuff.
Is like there's so much setup of like things behind closed doors, and then we walk in and see the aftermath of something that happened behind closed doors. Like, there's so many. Like, what happened in that room? What happened? Like, in that
whole
scenario?
Shootout that we don't see until it happens afterwards.
Yeah. It's like, it's horrifying.
This is the other reason I know that Kyle MacLachlan character is a psycho. Though he meets Frank, or he sees what's going on, and he keeps going back to it. Like, he's 22 years old.
He's trying to gather.
Well, he wants to help Isabella Rossellini person with the knife and the whole situation. I wouldn't have been back. He's 21 years old.
He wants to help her, but he doesn't have any evidence until
I think he's nuts.
later.
I think he's so crazy to want to go back around that.
I think he genuinely cares for her as well. Like,
he picked up an ear with his fingers in the woods. I would have left it and called the cops. I would have not touched it, and like,
he's a
touched
weird
it.
guy.
He's a weird guy.
He's a weird
Okay.
guy. But
We could agree with that.
I don't think I don't think at any point when he was expressing himself, like expressing his emotions, he was never being ingenuine. Is what I'm
I
trying
see a
to get at.
malignant narcissist. I see a sociopath. I see all. As soon as I met that character, I'm like, this character might be the worst, most evil guy in the thing, and he might just be so evil that he runs a bank someday and never actually puts his hands on anybody, but actually gets 400,000 people evicted from their apartments. That's the kind of person he reminds. He's an 80s guy. And that's what I think. That's my impression. And like, this is the thing about David Lynch. You can have multiple impressions of the same David Lynch painting, and he invites that. Because I'm also projecting my bullshit back to myself too. And you are as well. But he accepts us and he wants you to do that. That's what art is. It's the artist's image and your self-image blasting each other back and forth, you know?
Yeah. Prag,
in my opinion.
Not Prag, time. What are the things that you really enjoyed about this movie? Because
I'm back and forth between this and then the Dodgy.
Yeah, I know. That's okay.
The baseball season's over.
I'm talking to my sister.
Okay.
I
want to hear more about like what you loved about this movie besides Dennis Hopper. And
God, it's just like there's movies that I've been drawn into as far as like the feel of it and like the scope, but just everything about this movie is just so David Lynch. And just because I love Twin Peaks, it just like I again, like I said, full disclosure, I fell asleep, but I was so tired from the past couple of days that when I was awake, and I think I only fell asleep for like 20 minutes. So I missed the first little bit of the movie here and there. I was glued into this movie. You know, I like the performances are really good. Kyle MacLachlan had me sold the entire time.
Did you think he was a bad guy? Kyle MacLachlan? What did you think about Jeffrey?
Great.
What do you think about Jeffrey's vibe? Like I thought he was crazy. What did you think?
I think you asking Dave, like if you ask David Lynch, do you think
I'm asking Tom? I'm not asking David Lynch.
Hold on. I have a problem with your question, right? I just want to counter your question.
Okay.
I think if you ask David Lynch, like, do you think Jeffrey's a bad person? He'd be like, that's the wrong question.
I asked Time, what was your impression of Jeffrey? I didn't say, did you think? I said my impression was
he's
this.
A bad guy.
Because I've already said my impression, and I'm just reminding him. I'm asking him. He can say anything he wants, and that's what David
the same
wants.
way as Prag about Jeffrey. I felt Jeffrey was very self-serving to himself.
I agree.
I think overall he was a good person. And I think he did kind of have feelings for Laura Dern's character and also Isabella Rossellini, but I think on the macro level, if that's even the right term to use, I think he was very like about himself and just feeding his ego and like just about himself. You know,
I think he was just curious. I don't think he was ego driven.
He's a monster, Jason.
But yeah. This movie,
he's a monster.
From the overall feel of it, the look of it was fantastic.
It's gorgeous, dude. This movie's gorgeous.
The music, soundtrack, lighting. Did you like the costumes? What else?
The fucking the obligatory. I can't fucking talk.
Obligatory
music video, singing shots that he had to have because he has to fucking.
The karaoke.
He has to have
forced karaoke.
He has to have that.
See, you guys don't know, but somebody's been forcing me to do karaoke for 2 years. I don't want to sing, but there's a bad guy who's making me.
The Blue Velvet song. Lana Del Rey does a really fucking good version of that song.
Oh, does she?
It's very good. Yeah, it's very fucking good.
David Lynch made this movie based on Blue Velvet, the song, the version that he would remember from his childhood. He just wanted to recapture the vibe.
Yeah, like this was a whole fucking. This was a David Lynch vibe. If you like David Lynch, you're gonna love this.
I'm surprised you like this movie, Time. Did you know that?
What do you mean? I like David Lynch
because I thought you would have thought it was too
surreal,
like
too
slow played.
Yeah.
I thought it was too like surreal, too fucking.
Listen,
I
do think all those things. I do hold all those opinions, but again, when you,
I'm happy you like it.
When you put it into the frame of it's a David Lynch movie, it works.
But I don't know. What is it about David Lynch that other guys that we've seen movies that are kind of near his artsiness, he just gets you and you kind of get it. Okay.
His backgrounds of his apartments look like he walked into like the one I remember specifically right now is when he walked into the apartment of Isabella Rossellini at the end when they're all dead. And like the walls look like they were made of clay, and it was a very claustrophobic / like familiar / like everything's coming in on itself.
American
and it was
Gothic.
like amazing. Like I was like, holy shit, this is like I want to touch it. It's great, but it fits and it makes me feel like warm inside. There's just something about David Lynch that just like it makes you want to watch it. You know what I mean?
It's nostalgic, and
Yeah.
that
Not
just
nostalgia
that.
is
It's a nostalgic style that just like makes you feel like safe and good and scared all at the same time. All at the same time. All at the same fucking time.
nostalgia's a carousel. Nostalgia's a carousel.
I think the thing about David Lynch is he's so earnest. I think in his art, he's just like he's unabashedly earnest, and I think
There's
a lot of
no
people who try to make
games.
I think other people who try to make art films like Lynchian, they're lying to themselves.
Right.
I think
Yeah.
they're
Because
trying
it's his
too
heart
hard.
on the paper.
You know what? That's
He puts
his
just
heart out
because
there.
when I see these other movies and I feel like they're being too artistic and too like like
They're trying.
above brow. They're trying too hard. David Lynch is just like, I'm going to show you what I'm going to show you.
He's
and
just being
this
himself.
is what you get.
Yeah.
It just so happens it's artsy.
It's
You couldn't have
fantastic.
said it better,
Yeah.
Bragg. That's what you get.
Yeah.
And that's
Perfect.
why David Lynch is so beloved, I think, by
Yeah.
other creators, because like that's our goal. Every one of us, I think, is to try to be as put everything, all my intelligence and myself out and like get it out there so you can see all of the complexity.
That's why I
it's
love all of
honest
your
art,
stuff, Prag, by
is
the
what it
way.
is.
Like when I ask questions about like what you do, Prag, it's never I think this is bad. Ever.
I love
I just
that.
have a lot of questions.
Like, I'm glad you
I
told
love
me
what
that
you do.
because I never knew that, JC. I thought you were just taking the piss most of the time.
No.
But now that I know
love
that, I'll
everything
be
you do.
happy to
Like,
explain.
not-
Like, I love to talk about what I'm
Not
trying to do
having
because
an ulterior motive, not having to try to preach to you to send a message,
Right.
to just put
There's
the
no
art
message.
out there and say, this is what it is. You
This
take
is
it
what
for
I'm
what it is.
interested in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can interpret it a million different ways, but this is my art. This is it. You know,
That's David Lynch. It's in a nutshell.
He let the
He
culture
nailed
go
it.
engulf
through
it,
him.
eat it,
Yeah.
take it. That's how.
It's
how,
like
how
it's
can
like
you not
David Lynch
respect
takes
that?
the 50s.
Yeah.
He took the 50s and he let it pass through his brain and his
Yeah.
body and reproject it, but with all the weirdness that really is the 50s. Because the way
There
they
was,
present
like-
the 50s is
yeah.
that Ozzy and Harriet was never Ozzy and Harriet.
There was
There's
an
always
honest
evil
modern
right?
Americana to that ending scene that is
Mhm.
both like
Americana. Yeah,
that is both like amazing and haunting and frightening all at the same
Yeah.
fucking time. And
Lana
it's
Del Rey
great.
would love this movie. I bet she
100%,
fucking has talked
100%.
about it. This is very Lana coded, but from my
The Born to
experience.
Die album is
Chemtrails
literally,
Over the Country
literally this
Club,
fucking
yeah.
movie.
I was
She
going to say
loves, like,
Chemtrails Over the Country
Chemtrails is a great
Club is
album.
literally
Chemtrails
this
is a great
movie.
album.
in
Yeah.
Cold Blood and all of those American goth,
Lana
like
fucks.
yeah.
I was gonna say that.
Or what's the other one? Sunset Boulevard. That's a great album as well. Yeah.
She gets it. She gets
she
the
does get it, yeah.
nostalgia, but also the,
Yeah.
the like the surrealism and it's like a psychedelia that isn't right in your like 60s psychedelia is just like weird colors and like okay, it's a unicorn and rainbows, but the psychedelia of the 50s is much more like a bad trip.
Yeah.
Like there's a weird like this is a normal stoplight, but then like a zebra walks in front of your car or some shit. Like,
But it
there's a
feels
zoo in
normal.
town.
The zebra walks in front of you, and you're like, "I get
But
it."
like, oh, there's
I
zoos in
fucking
town.
get it. Yeah.
It's like a dream,
Yeah,
but it's like
I feel
everything
it.
seems normal. But
Mhm.
yeah, I love that. It's a different vibe.
Yes,
It's like a circus from the 40s, and I don't know what it is. This is cool. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But you get it.
We get it. We get
Yeah,
it.
I get it.
We'll
Get it.
Yeah.
I love this movie. I think I'm ready to score it up if you guys are.
Yeah.
I could talk for
Yeah.
hours about this movie, but
It's a pleasure to watch a movie like this that gives you a lot of like sometimes we watch a movie and I look at the clock and it's 38 minutes in and I'm like, what the fuck
gonna
are we
have to
going to
watch
fill
this
the rest
movie.
of this out about?
I'm gonna
Or like
watch
there's
it.
not
We
enough
just kept
to talk
talking.
about.
Yeah.
yeah. This
Well,
movie.
you know,
I'm gonna go first.
Okay,
first.
fine.
This
My
movie.
job.
So this movie is a movie I didn't get at the time. I feel like I was a lot more closed-hearted and closed off, and
Mature.
in my own head, and what I think cinema should be, and what I think.
How old were you when you saw it?
I think I would have been like
19. Oh, close.
19.
well,
That's close.
Yeah.
I have a story to tell you during my part, but go ahead.
But after watching this again, this might be one of the best films ever made, and one of the best expressions. Yeah, mysteries, but also just one of the best expressions of someone personality and just like person ever. I loved every moment of this movie. Even the one line that was stuck in my head from last time that I thought was terrible last time was so endearing this time. And I think watching Twin Peaks first really helped me with that. But yeah, I'm floored by this movie. Yeah, it's one of the best movies ever made. I'm gonna give it a 98 out of 100.
Wow.
I think it's incredible.
Do you want to go
Let's
or do you
go
want to go
next.
time? I don't even know what the policy is here out in the order.
Whoever wants
Usually
to go
the
next.
person that picks it goes last.
Yeah.
You want me to go? It's
You can
up to
go,
you, buddy.
Yeah, you can go. You can go. You can go.
All right. One of the most uncomfortable but also beneficial experiences of my life was watching this movie for the first time with my parents on VHS.
Oh shit.
But let me explain something about my parents. They were it was very important to my parents that they exposed me to the arts and culture and like from a very young, like I tell the story about my dad taking me to see 1984 when I was 11. And like, just like, so like by the time I was in my early 20s, this was not weird to me. Right. And like, because this was all the movies that they showed me. It didn't matter if it was Herbie Goes Bananas or Blue Velvet. We might see them back to back. And because the message was, these are just movies. There's no artsy fartsy. There's no children's movies. There's no horror movies. There's just movies. Right. And so they didn't have college educations, but they were people that just constantly were addicted to learning and reading. They read books constantly. They read the paper from front to back. And it's crazy that a lot of the people from that era knew more about the world and stuff than the people on the internet now, because they read for long depth, right? Like if you read a book about a history of something, you're going to know in depth about it. I know something about the 100 Years' War, but nothing compared to somebody who's a scholar who's read a couple books about it, right? So like that was interesting. So I've known this movie for a long time. I've always been a David Lynch, like I suggest, like I see time you have a passion for this.
Yeah.
Watch his other movies.
Yeah. 100%.
Because it's only going to enrich your view of him. I don't think any of them are clunkers. He has a lot of cool short films because he came up as a short film guy. And like, I think that people who were into the arts and stuff in the early 90s and stuff, David Lynch was very popular, and we would pass around VHSs of Eraserhead and like all, like this was, very important, right? David Lynch is very important. And like you guys said, it's because he puts his heart out there and he's like, this isn't the right way to do it. I know it's not the right way to do it, but this is the way I want to do it.
Yeah.
And then it becomes the right. I'm going to cry.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. Because he did it because he believes in it.
Yeah.
That's and that's what fucking I love about it. David Lynch is one of the most honest.
And I bet everyone said like, David, you can't make a movie like this. Nobody's gonna watch this. Sucks, dog. And like he's like, well, this is what I want to do.
There's a really great behind the scenes video where like there's a lady who
is
the producer or something. No, I don't think so. I think it was for
there's a deleted scenes thing for this. Have you seen that behind extra scenes?
No,
hold on. Let me just say the lady.
JC's talking about
the lady.
Hilarious.
Yeah, she goes, maybe we can cut the time down. He looks at her and goes, what is this? Like, what fucking Eddie, man?
He's so
Who gives a
mad
shit
about
how
the
long
time.
a scene is?
Watch everything you can about David Lynch, all the documentaries, all the behind the scenes, him working, how he works. Watch all of it, and there's a whole 2 hours about this movie that you can watch. There's stuff they left on the floor. There's basically Blue Velvet, another addendum to it. So many extra
him
scenes
in Twin Peaks was just so hilarious too. Like after finding out that was David Lynch.
Yeah.
Right, so like the message is this movie is like a 98. I agree with JC.
Wow.
And like be more like David Lynch in whatever you do.
Yeah.
Even if it's not arts, just like in your
be
life.
honest.
Like sometimes you have to do shit that you believe in, even though everyone tells you you're crazy. And like
that's what we do for the Golden Banana.
Listen,
I love that you guys do that.
Listen, in your heart what's good and bad, and like there's always going to be a lot of bad stuff before the good stuff comes out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Absolutely.
Like even Shinji Otani, when he was 7 years old, Shinji's his cousin. I'm not talking about Shohei. I'm talking about Shinji.
Right.
Shinji, which isn't even a real name. But I'm just saying, like he's the best baseball player in the world now.
Right.
I'm gonna say something
Shinji
nice,
Akari.
but he wasn't always the best player in the world,
No,
right?
of course not. Yeah.
Like there was a point. I'm sure he was amazing very fast, and right.
Yeah.
But there was a day when he couldn't hit the ball, right? And they could have said like, Shinji, don't quit your day job.
Yeah.
But he did. Chachi Otani.
Chachi, yes.
He said, Chachi, don't. But Chachi said, I'm gonna keep doing this because like I know that I have something. I know like they might not get it, and then now everyone wants to be him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And that's my review.
I'm just gonna start off my review of this. I had the greatest fucking day. You know,
I know.
The greatest.
I know.
It could have been the worst day if he hit
could have
that
been
ball out of the
been the
stadium.
worst day. I'm
that close. That's
listen,
crazy how life is, though, right?
If we're gonna be honest here, this was probably the best World Series of all time. It's Game 7,
God, dog.
back
Here we
and
go.
forth.
Listen,
you know,
please be
because
humble.
we won. It's so good.
Sit down, bitch. Be humble.
But it was hard work, wasn't it?
Shohei, yeah, I worked so hard.
him.
I worked so hard.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I changed my jersey twice. I did
Okay,
my
listen.
jersey and my hat twice.
Put in the hard yards. For this.
I had 14 shots of Jägermeister. I am.
I don't even know
I'm
how
gonna
you do
drink
shows
more
like
after this.
this
By the
like
way,
that.
I'm not done. You know, I'm celebrating.
Is there going to be a
that.
Discord party for Dodger heads or what?
No one's gonna show up.
I'll be there.
Just me and you yelling at each other.
Ram will be there.
Graham would be there.
Some people might show up.
Man, you know this.
I got shit to do
again, a great day.
Not you, JC. You don't
World
ever
Series
show up
victory.
for anything.
Otani is undefeated in the fucking playoffs. Yamamoto MVP, fucking great. With this movie, again, there is just something.
Dodger Blue Velvet.
Something again. I thought about that too. I was like, it's Blue Velvet and Dodger Blue. There's
Right?
something
It's
so
meant to be.
honest and opening about David Lynch to where he writes what he writes. He shows you it. He doesn't care if it doesn't work. He doesn't care if it doesn't hit. He just gives it to
This
you.
is a donut.
He gives
This
it to
is
you.
a donut.
Yeah,
And he says, how would you know how good this donut is if you've never tasted it?
Exactly.
And he's
Yeah.
talking about our problem, which is name recognition and discoverability.
Listen.
Because David Lynch lived in a world where it was impossible to be discovered.
David Lynch is a fucking goat. I again, full disclosure, like I said, I fell asleep, but I love this movie. After rewatch it, I loved what I saw. Kyle MacLachlan is a fucking G.
I love him.
Love
Yeah.
seeing him in this movie. You see his dick, that's bonus points.
He's a monster.
They
And I
say
will
Blue
die
Velvet.
saying
Not only
Jeffrey's
do
a
they say
monster.
Blue Velvet-
L. Jeffrey.
They sing
They
it.
sing it. They sing it. That's double points. You know,
Mm-hmm.
crazy.
I can't believe you guys don't see Jeffrey as the worst evil character.
I am
I
docking
don't
this
think
movie.
he's
I'm going to dock
that
this movie
bad.
only because I fell asleep during it. That's not the movie's fault. It's my fault because, again, last couple of days I've just been so tired.
What about Mike,
Um,
though? Do you have any compassion for Mike? He's
Well,
on the
they-
football
like, he's
team.
barely a
He's
character.
dating. Yeah, but
He's
I
barely a
know, but
character.
nobody.
They
Who's
did-
going
Mike
to speak up
Jones
for
his
Mike?
face.
Mike folds so fucking fast. He folded
Well, he
so
sees it
Well, he
fucking
knows
way
he's
out.
competing with. Have you seen Kyle MacLachlan? He takes his shirt off and he's fucking ripped.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
Batman.
she's-
I'm like, are you Batman right now? What's
I
happening?
really love that she's so, like she's completely naked. It's almost like a jump scare. Like, when
Yeah.
you see her.
Just standing like this.
And he's just like, sorry, I didn't know. Sorry, guys.
Laura
I didn't
Dern's
know.
evil too.
I didn't
in
know
this
there was
movie.
more to this.
Isn't Laura Dern evil as well? Because what about Mike?
Well,
That's what I
scene-
mean. Is I think she genuinely loves Mike, but
Of
she
course she
also
does.
is pulled
Yeah.
into.
She doesn't love anyone but her
That-
own self.
That
I don't
scene
agree.
where Isabella
I don't think
Rossellini
David Lynch
shows
would
up
disagree with
and
you
she's
as
just
well.
standing there naked.
Stop. Don't stop saying David Lynch what David Lynch would think.
Hold on.
I
I'm
think
gonna
you would.
freak out because you can't do that. He's not alive,
defend
JC.
himself.
Don't
Can't defend
put
himself.
words in other people's mouth.
Okay, hold on.
Just
brother.
interpreting his
It's
art.
my turn.
That's
It's
not
my
a
turn.
good
Time and time
strategy,
again.
JC.
It's my turn. I have the floor.
I'm sorry.
This is Mike Johnson. I have the floor.
I'm toxic. I'm gonna Mike.
I'm toxic. So that scene where Isabella Rossellini, she's naked, they grab her, they move her, and Flame's watching this movie with me, and she's like, where's Laura Dern gonna sit? And I go, right next to all of them. They're all sitting on the bucket seat. They're all sitting right there in the
they're all
front seat.
squashed
They're
together.
all squished together. It's fine.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah.
Again, the only reason why I'm talking this movie is I fell asleep, but that's my fault. But this movie is it's a vibe. It's honesty. It's false Americana, but in the best way.
Mhm.
It's so good. It's so fucking good. I have to give it a look at again because I got a docket points because I fell asleep. But that's me. 90.
90. Okay.
90, yeah. But
Okay.
again,
How are you going to punish David
it's my
for
fault.
your...
It's my fault.
Well, then why are you not deducting 10 points from your score and not Blue Velvet?
I did. 10 points.
Well, you said I have to deduct points for Blue Velvet because I fell
This
asleep.
should be the time score. The time score is...
I know, but your function doesn't deduct.
There will be an addendum later in future episodes. I'm going to addendum it.
Yeah,
but yeah, it was a great movie.
I think this is the highest rated movie we've like. I think this is the highest we've like the average highest rated movie we've given.
We don't keep records, so who knows?
No, we don't.
I have no idea.
True.
I couldn't. Yeah. Like if you told me to re-rank all the movies, I would give you a different score for every movie.
Probably, yeah.
And that's why I know the scores are bullshit. Because the real score is what we say. The score is not the number; it's how we talk about it for an hour and all the things. That's the real review.
It's just a little,
you could get me to change it, honestly, if you talk to me enough.
Did you know that the French intellectuals invented criticism as a science? Right, like they had an art and a science to it. They had a real regime to it. And I try to keep to that.
I wanted to bring
it's supposed to be methodological.
I wanted to bring up one of my favorite lines in the movie.
What's that?
Mommy! That's why I say mommy.
It's when Laura Dern says, I don't know if you're a detective or a pervert. And Kyle MacLachlan answers, well, that's for me to know and you to find out.
That fire line.
Absolute cinema.
Cinema.
His chicken walk was fire. I didn't expect it to be comedy. Right?
Yeah.
The reason I say mommy to this day in a comedic sense is because of this movie.
Okay.
Because of that character and how fucking cuckoo it is. Because it's just it's funny. It's funny but uncomfortable and all those things.
Don't look at me.
That's what I did.
I didn't remember what a bastard he was. I don't remember like the fucking hitting.
He's
and all
crazy,
that
but I want to be like him when I grow up. He's a crazy person.
No, don't be like.
What's also crazy about Dennis Hopper is like he's not typecast either. Like he's not just the crazy guy in every movie.
No.
If you watch a movie like True Romance, he's the most down to earth dad you've ever seen, and he's incredible in that movie as well.
Really good.
Just a great actor.
Wonderful character actor.
That him and Christopher Walken scene is just so good.
It's one of the best scenes. So next week. I did say that so both of them are going to be David Lynch films. And like time.
What do you mean? What about my movie?
I stole it because
you stole it.
You lost the bet.
You lost the bet.
So I get another choice.
I was performing just now.
So I said the next movie was also going to be David Lynch,
right.
Because I'm still deep into Twin Peaks, so I'm going to keep this going.
Would you say you're balls deep into Twin Peaks?
Balls deep into Twin Peaks.
Yeah, I'd say I'm balls deep into Twin
sick.
Peaks.
That's a clever turn of a phrase.
So David Lynch, I think it's really important to talk about people's first films and just like where they started. And I know that I remember hearing the story about how he got this movie made. Like he showed like a friend of his like the script to this movie, and like he had to go through a lot of people and a lot of studios to actually get this made because a lot of them just said no, we're not doing that. So next week we are watching his first film, Eraserhead, and I literally only just realized that this is Jack Nance from both Twin Peaks and this movie. He was in this movie. He was he was one of his henchmen.
Twin Peaks.
He was in Twin Peaks. He's Catherine Martell's husband, the fisherman guy who finds Laura Palmer at the start.
Oh, he was in this movie too.
He was in this movie, and so was Brad Dourif as well, who's the voice of Chucky. He's his other henchman. But yeah, so I didn't realize that was him. I didn't know that was him until just then. I was like, oh my god, it's Jack Nance.
Who greenlit Twin Peaks? It's nuts that they let him make a fucking TV show art film.
I think what happened is Mark Frost had already was a really well-known writer, and that's what convince people to do it. Like he was a well-known
wait,
writer.
David opened up HBO to make movie length like TV shows, right?
David
like,
Lynch
before
made
that
Dune?
TV shows weren't that good.
Yeah, David
tried
Lynch directed
to.
Dune.
I didn't
yeah.
fucking
He
know
made
that.
a-
Yeah.
Yeah, there's been 2, and then there's another one like Jodorowsky, right?
Oh,
Didn't he try to
Jodorowsky.
make-
Yeah.
There's a couple attempts.
Jodorowsky, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a whole documentary
David
on
Lynch's Dune is
Jodorowsky's.
not is interesting, but it's like I wouldn't call it a good movie.
Well, he
McLaughlin's
doesn't
in
even
it.
think it's a good movie. He
No,
think
because
he
the
kinda
studio
failed.
fucking made him. They edited it or they fucked it. They fucked it.
Yeah. But I can't wait to talk about Eraserhead. This is his first movie.
I've never seen
want
it,
to
so
know
I'm super
where
excited,
he
yeah.
started. Yeah. Looking forward to it.
Very
We'll see.
experimental.
Cool.
Mm.
You like it?
This has been such a good episode, guys. Like I'm
Listen,
glad we watched this movie, and I'm glad you.
We might
go
keep
Tom.
the what do you call it? The David Lynch train rolling.
Mhm. Is that a hint
Yeah,
for
keep it
what you might
rolling.
be
Right.
what you might be picking?
We might.
Maybe
I don't know.
and
I
then,
just want to
you know,
go through his whole filmography. Honestly,
Maybe we should.
I almost picked
Maybe
Lost
we
Highway.
should.
Maybe
I almost
we
picked
should.
Inland Empire, but I was like,
Maybe
Eraserhead,
we should.
I gotta.
Why don't we just make that a team project and I'll just pick a David Lynch and we'll just go in a circle until
I'm
we
down
fucking
with that.
Yeah.
circle
Like, I am
jerk
down
it.
with that.
Isn't that what a circle jerk is?
That
A
is
film
that
critic
is exactly
circle
what circle
jerk.
jerk. Yeah. Yeah.
Film critic circle jerk.
Mhm,
That's
mhm.
what we'll call the series.
Yep.
David Lynch jerks us off.
I love it.
But yeah, there's just so many to choose from. I almost picked Lost Highway. I almost picked Inland Empire. But no, I thought Elephant Man it's not Elephant Man. Eraserhead. This is his first film. It's the one that put him on the map. So,
Hi,
excuse me.
Nombies.
Hi,
Hey,
Nombies
Nombies.
in chat.
Kudos to
W.
Ram
Hola.
and Nombies.
Kudos
For being
yes.
here.
Yes.
Everyone else can
Kudos.
eat my dick.
I didn't
Yes.
see any. Was there people talking in chat? Because I didn't see any.
Ram.
I mean, you know, it's always Ram. He's a
I've
fucking
got Chatterino
OG.
open, but there's nothing.
Like Ram
there's
is a real
nothing here.
one.
Yeah.
I understand. Like, listen, you have to do it for us. We fight for ourselves. We don't fight for the fucking people in the chat.
Mm.
They
we
don't
had a
fight
great
for us. I don't
episode,
fight for
too.
them.
Last week of or this past couple days of Golden Banana. It was really good.
I'm gonna antagonize chat from now. I have always had a like. I don't like. I'm pro streamer, anti chat. That's my position.
Love
And that's
that.
just the way it's gonna be.
Yeah.
This
Thank
has
you.
been
Thank
fun,
you,
guys.
Nobbies. Thank you.
Particularly
Congrats.
because I'm a host, I can also stop
Congrats
this if
to
I
me.
wanted to.
Congrats to me. Thank
It's
you guys.
been amazing.
Thank you. Yes.
Thank you for coming.
Congratulations, Dodgers. Congratulations. Congratulations,
W.
me.
That's such a weird thing.
Goodbye, everybody. I love you.